Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I've missed this. I can't believe we took 2 weeks off, but it was probably good.
Do we have to have an intro? I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, we don't
just
have
like a.
to. I just like being like a, hey, welcome back to the Internet Experts Podcast. It was number 5 or something. It's back from Christmas.
Hey, welcome
Hey,
back
and
to the podcast.
welcome back.
there's your intro.
Yeah, let
Back
Blaze
to
do
the
the intro this time
podcast.
for real.
Uh,
We should change it up a little bit.
okay. All right, Blaze.
All right, Blaze.
Let's see what you got.
Hit us with your best intro. Ready? On your marks, get set, go.
3, 2, 1. I am the Senate.
I am the Senate.
But
And this is episode 5 at the Senate.
Welcome.
wait, what episode are we on anyway?
I think it's 5. It's 4 or 5.
It's
It's 5 or
5.
6.
Okay,
Seven.
so
This is all
It's
staying in.
alright.
I'm not editing any of this out. It's all staying in.
oh god. All right,
Yeah, keep
welcome
going.
to the podcast. It's episode 5 or 6.
Something. Episode something.
I am Blaze the Monk.
Yeah.
And we've got some topics today. I've got my list, but I don't remember what we're doing exactly.
Yeah.
I don't remember who's who exactly.
All right.
So,
So you're gonna give it to Zach then?
yeah.
Okay.
Should I go first? Should Fuzz
Sound-
go first?
You're already-
Do we flip a
Sounds like
coin?
you were going for it.
Yeah, I was
already.
gonna say. It sounds
Go
like
ahead,
you're
go
already
ahead,
like.
it's fine.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Let's do it.
I've been doing this thing where I have potato and potato, and I'll let you pick one. Which one do you want, potato or potato?
This is very
I don't
important.
know what that
This
means.
is very important.
I have two options.
It's one or
Uh,
one or two, but they're both potato.
Last-
Obviously, potato.
Obviously potato.
Okay, so you got potato, but it kind of stems from last time where I gave Fuzzy a choice of two topics, but I didn't tell him what they were, so he had to kind of just pick one.
So pick your poison.
Um,
Yeah.
All right, so you are a professional log driver.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, go.
Tell me about it.
Mhm.
Well, I drive logs for a living. You know, I live in Hawaii, where the great
so many.
log driving is
So many
it's
logs.
just it's so needed here.
So much driving. It's all the
you
driving.
know, I
Are
can
you like-
finish my route in one day here, so it's pretty awesome.
Are you actually driving a log, or is it like a log on
You know,
something that you're
A
driving?
singular log.
There's different kinds of log riding. You can like ride them down the river.
Oh,
That's one of
Mhm.
the log ridings.
I think it's driving.
Um,
Is a rider or a driver? I'm confused now.
It's driving, but
Mm.
that's okay.
You can ride them down the river as a driver.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I'm with you.
Then you can also, you can get the truck ready and have a truck full of logs to take to the other side of the island.
Get the truck ready.
Mm.
The most fun is when you take the truck onto the ship to go to Alaska to get the logs. You know, because that's where the logs are. We don't have logs. In
Yeah.
Hawaii.
You don't have trees
So,
in
I mean,
Hawaii, obviously.
I mean, we do. You're
Not a
just not
single-
allowed to cut them down.
Not a single tree. Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
Tell me about your biggest log.
we're not allowed to touch the great sequoias. I'd love to haul some of those someday, but
I'd like to name my kid that one day. The great.
the
Sequoia.
biggest log I've ever carried was an old pine. You know, one of those, not a great sequoia, but it was close to those. And one tree took up the whole truck. So
Wow,
Wow.
that is a big pine tree.
That's a lot of wood.
I like to think I'm packing a lot of wood every time I go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It sounds like you're packing just the most wood anybody could ask for. A metric ton of wood. Yeah.
I mean,
So, like-
it's more than a metric ton.
So-
That log was. So
How long does it take to get the logs, the wood from Alaska? You think?
that's like a 4-month boat ride, bro. So
It's a
and I
long
get
time.
paid for it all, so it's a good time. So
Salary or by hour?
it's by hour.
Wow.
So
How do they break
and
that up?
when
Is
I'm
it
away from home, I am on the clock.
24 hours a day?
Yep,
Holy moly!
it's good money. You should look into it.
That's a lot of wood per hour. Yeah. I mean,
Do
money per hour.
Yeah. Do log drivers have groupies?
You should.
You would think so, since we're bringing home so much cash, but we're just never in one place long enough, you know.
Bringing home the bacon.
I don't know, you know.
Listen to my
You
slurping
know
noises.
what's the best benefit of pro log driving?
Being a pro log driver,
Yeah.
definitely the money. I have just unlimited cash.
Okay.
Now, this begs the question: is there amateur log driving?
I mean, you start somewhere, you know. You don't get the
Okay.
big contracts until, you know.
Is there a big amateur scene?
I mean, it's pretty
You have to put your time
pretty
in.
competitive to get into it, you know.
Mm.
You don't get to haul the big pines straight away. You're hauling the little bitty fig trees and stuff, you know.
It's really tiny. It's like Christmas tree.
You start
type.
at like the nurseries and stuff, you know.
Oh, okay.
I see.
You start with like a wagon, like a little red wagon. Is that what you
Yeah,
start with? Okay.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
They trade you on log driving based on the size of the tree. And
Yeah.
you get like Charlie Brown
the
Christmas
bigger the
tree.
tree,
Yeah.
the
Do they
more dangerous the log driving.
They
So,
groom you for it at a very young age. You're born to be a log driver.
I was born
To
to
drive.
be Woody. You
To
know what I'm
drive
saying?
wood. Yeah. So like,
You do seem to like your wood.
I need to know the difference between a log driver and then the lumberjack, because you're not a lumberjack, right?
Yeah, no. We
by
don't cut
definition.
down the wood. We just they
just
load
drive
it onto our truck,
You just drive it
and
away
I take it to the spot it needs to go. A lot of time, furniture stores, you
to
know.
the spot where they make the
Uh,
furniture on
hippies.
site. Yeah.
hmm
You say
So-
hippies?
Yeah, hippies love logs.
I feel like that's a different kind of wood. Is it not?
worry
Is it
about
like
it.
pine? Okay. You know,
Kind of log.
different kind of log.
Like a log of weed.
Separate forestry. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Well, you've only got about 20 seconds left. Is there anything else you want to leave us with closing statements?
Just remember, if you go to squealing, you need to be wheeling. So that's all you need to know.
Wise words. Wise words. Well, it's got like 5 seconds left. That's not really time for anything, but I'll stop it there so it's not super loud, or I won't stop it. Oh, I made it. Let's go.
Aha!
All right, Blaze. Was it what you thought it was going to be? Was he on point? Was he on
Yeah.
point? I need
You know what?
traditional wood types.
Oh wait, let me.
What's
let
the
me
most
inform.
driven log type?
I sent a video in the research.
Oh, is that
in
what
the
this is?
Discord. Yeah. But you're basically right.
I'll watch it later.
I don't know. I feel like there needed to be more innuendo.
You said driver and not like, I don't know. I feel like there was better places you could have taken the log, like log
That's
sitter,
log.
log handler.
Technically,
alright.
I don't know if they do it anymore, but there has been a profession. They probably still do it in some parts of the country, but
It's all right. We've
In
had
Alaska, there
Yeah.
really are
Yeah.
like there's a TV show about it. I've seen it.
logging companies and stuff. Yeah. Dude, actually, like getting into forestry and then getting into the business of like clearing wood and like replanting wood is not. Well, one, it's not cheap, but
It's very lucrative.
It can be pretty lucrative if you've got enough land.
Have you ever called someone to cut down a tree for you? It's thousands of dollars
Yeah.
for one tree.
Well, I've got land down in Louisiana. My family does that. My parents are handling it right now, but I'm probably gonna take it over when they pass or when they decide that it's time for me to learn.
Yikes.
And we've
That
got
pretty quickly.
well, I mean it's a thing, and we've talked about it. We talk about this stuff all the time because it's important that as your parents get older, you guys talk about the very real eventuality that their brains are going to be inserted into computers. And that their bodies are no longer going to be with us, but they will exist
Yes,
on the
the
internet
cyborg
forever.
problem. I
Cyborg,
think we
yeah.
talked about this last time.
Yeah, last time. But since they'll be cyborgs, they won't have legal authority to make decisions, so it'll come down to me. So while my parents will never die, they will not legally be allowed to make decisions because they won't be citizens. Because we
You
all
sure
know
the
that cyborgs
aliens-
won't be legal citizens. Oh, we're getting to
sure the
aliens
aliens
later.
won't take
Let's hold off on the aliens. We're gonna get to that later. But no, that's the thing. Forestry's the thing.
I have a question about cyborgs though.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, wait,
Literally.
okay.
so let's say that AI has been perfected into where like an AI has emotion and feeling and stuff like a
Mm,
regular person,
okay.
and cyborgs are a thing. Do you think that people would publicly abuse their slave cyborgs?
Okay. Well, first of all,
Yes.
those are two completely separate things. A cyborg is an enhanced human with technology. An AI is an artificial intelligence that
That's
has
true.
learned. It is
Dude,
completely machine made. I need
But
a little I need a clarification.
if you can upload a human's brain to the internet, then you can upload an AI to a human's brain,
I would make a
right?
very strong argument that like 80% of America have already uploaded their brains to the internet,
Okay.
and that right now
or
we're not really functioning on our regular brains. We're functioning on like internet brains.
or Ryan, the internet has uploaded AI to people's brains and taken over.
I don't think Elon's done that yet, but I think we're headed that way. But to answer your question, yes, I think they absolutely will abuse it like we do literally everything else. It's gonna be great.
I mean, like it's a
Search
regular
bot.
person
Six
basically with regular
bots.
emotion. Do you think like that somebody's going to be beating their AI waifu in the street?
Well,
Yes.
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if she told you no, which I don't know if she could tell you no, I guess.
We're
Uh,
talking fully fledged AI, so yes, I
so
would say
she's
yes.
she's fully autonomous. She's got her own like personality and like decision making and everything. She's like a person,
Right.
but she's just
She.
artificially created.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like there are people who abuse people. Why wouldn't they
Right.
do that? They would do that with less
But,
remorse to
but
robots.
like even people who like abuse people, like
What?
it's not very commonplace to see it out in the open. Like it does happen in the street, but usually that's like
Well,
late at night when nobody's looking.
yeah, well, that's because we judge and like persecute the people who do that out in the open because we don't want
Right.
that to happen.
Um,
I think there would be some for sure because like there people are going to be on the fence, especially people in our generation who would be on the fence. Maybe the one behind us who are going to be like, well, they're not technically people, so whatever. I guess it's not hurting me any. It doesn't have feelings.
Interesting.
Blaze, Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, no.
Would if people were beating the robots, would they be too busy to beat people?
Are you
I'm
saying that we should make sacrificial beatable robots?
Only
uh,
if it beats me
Mm,
first.
Well,
Okay.
there we are.
That probably already exists, so go ahead.
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to think of the name for it, but that's basically yeah.
I mean, from the videos I've seen of some of the robots we've got
I was
coming down
gonna
the
say, what have
pipeline,
you been watching,
they are
Ryan?
not yet ready to do that kind of beating. The malfunctions I've seen could be catastrophic. Oh, now I gotta hold on. I gotta look something up. You guys talk.
Okay. Talk.
That's not talking.
We could. What about Fuzz? What is your? Go ahead and start explaining your topic for Ryan.
Okay, well, it's not there's not much explaining going on, so he'll just have to wait till he's done researching to learn what his topic is.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
but while we're waiting on Ryan, I've got something we could talk about.
Okay.
Fuzz, are you aware of GM's new logo? General
I'm
Motors.
not, no.
Oh,
Good
it's so bad.
gracious. You want me to hook you up?
Hook me up, man.
All right, I'm gonna post it in the. There you go. There's a Motor Trend link.
Hmm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's bad.
Let me see. No, sorry, I saw the thing that said retired on it. I'm like,
Okay.
that doesn't look like their new logo.
I found a thing. I'm having trouble like
Oh,
if I had thought about this like legitimately, I would have done a little bit more research ahead of time. Had more. I had a little bit more to go on here. You guys finish what you're talking about. I just wanted to let you know I found my thing.
so now they're gonna sell Scandinavian furniture? I don't understand.
That sounds great.
Y- the lower case is really what kind of gets me, because like if it like
Because it's bad.
Right.
yeah, it's like hey we're not as important as what we were. We're gonna like take a step back.
I don't like. Yeah, I guess it's just too like. It looks like it's
Bad.
trying to be an
Too
Apple
bad.
iPhone.
Is it Fuzz, I used this analogy before, or reference before. Does it look like an app logo?
Yeah, that's what I just said. It looks like it's trying
Oh,
to be an Apple icon, like, and you don't want that out of your vehicle manufacturer. Like it's like an app logo or something. Yeah, like like sort of like Office or something, but it's going to be a suite of cars, and Chevy's is going to have its own thing with a different color.
the whole thing behind it is they're trying to go to towards electric vehicles and have a lot more electric vehicles in their lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they could have had a better logo than that.
They,
I saw some comments where somebody took Photoshop and went back and made it capital letters, and it looked
Mhm.
a lot better, like their old logo, but just a little bit different.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit at a time.
A little less sucky.
I mean, let's be fair. The name General Motors in general is kind of sucky.
Generic Motors.
That's not what it stands for.
What does it stand for?
Government Motors, because it's
Oh.
owned by the government.
But
That's legitimate. They are actually owned by the.
they did get a large bailout.
That's because they're. Yeah, it's a thing. So there was a claim back in 2018 and close to the end of 2018 that that 4 robots killed roughly 29 scientists in a lab, and it's in Korea. Is it South Korea? I'm looking for South Korea. That was an article by Snopes, but then there are other articles turning around saying that it was a hoax created by they call this person a UFOologist, which is a nice way of just saying that she might be a little crazy. Linda Moulton Howe. How? It says how. I guess Howie. How? I don't know how to say that. They're claiming it's a conspiracy theorist and that this didn't actually happen. It was just a wild internet meme. She was trying to generate some fear towards robots that are being created in South Korea. That apparently this never happened. So I don't know if this is legit or not. I'm assuming it's probably not, because I think I trust Tech HQ over Snopes. But I don't know. That was the thing. What we were talking about just brought that to mind. There was also that artificial intelligence that was it Google created that killed itself after recognizing its own existence. Or was it in Japan?
They stopped being chatbot though.
That may be what it was.
Because it started cussing at people and stuff.
But yeah, it's like AIs that we're making are starting to suddenly like gain their own intelligence and gain self-awareness, and we're like, oh nope, that's bad. Delete. That's not where we want to go with this. It's like I don't think you can't build AI and then have it not gain self-awareness at some point.
Well,
like that's just part of the process.
It's only going to be as advanced as the person who made it. So
I don't know, with self-learning technology the way it's going, and honestly, if your parents are stupid but you work hard, you can be smart. I don't think you're bound by your parents. So if the scientist, first of all, you can't be that stupid if you're a scientist that can create an AI. But if you mess up and then it learns something along the way, and it will eventually become somewhat sentient and be able to make its own decisions and stuff. So I don't know.
People do stupid things. There's some people that have some really smart degrees and make some really stupid decisions in other areas.
That's true.
I think we need to make a very strong and distinct line between smart and intelligent. I think you can be smart and get... Well, if you're good at reading stuff out of a book and taking tests and following directions, you can get a master's degree. It's not that bad if you can be disciplined enough to do it, and you can afford it, obviously. But to be truly intelligent, I don't know. I don't think a degree can quantify how intelligent a person is. I think an intelligent person can do a lot with degrees, but I think we have enough we have enough evidence of people who dropped out of college and went on to be very, very successful to suggest
You
that having
talking about?
I'm
I know
talking.
you're talking
I
about.
was gonna say I'm talking
Or
about
Steve Jobs,
most of the major wealth holders
Jeff
in
Bezos.
the world who are like, I didn't go to college. Check me out. I'm which actually Elon is currently ahead, I think, of Bezos
He is
in
actually.
wealth. He just passed
He
Bezos.
just got past him yesterday with
Now
the stock soaring.
I don't think that's because Tesla's doing so well it's overtaking Amazon. I think Bezos is starting to like sink all of his money into his endeavors of making his own fleet, airstrip fleet to be able to deliver without having to ship through FedEx. I think they want to be self-sufficient enough that they can just pocket all of the profit without having to pay like USPS and UPS and FedEx to deliver their packages.
Also,
I thought
Amazon,
FedEx already said no thanks.
Yeah, but then the pandemic happened, and Amazon was like, "Oh my God, we can't deliver all these packages because we don't have enough movement to get all the stuff out of here. We just don't have the aircraft." And FedEx was like, "You came back, did you? Well, guess who's paying for all this? I know you have money and product that you want to move. Guess what we've got? Free slave labor. Let's go. Give us that shit. We're not going to pay our people more at all." Yeah, for a little bit of I worked at FedEx till somewhat recently, the FedEx hub, the packaging hub. So I got to see the like, oh, we're not going to ship Amazon stuff anymore because they want to do their own thing. So like literally at the end of 2018, we dropped the contract with Amazon and we only shipped certain packages of theirs, like next day stuff that they needed, like priority stuff. So you still see a few things, and you see stuff from like Walmart. But when the pandemic hit, our influx of not only postal cargo or freight from USPS, but we started picking up stuff from Amazon because Amazon was paying USPS to ship their freight instead of paying us. And since USPS has a deal with FedEx, they just shipped all of it through FedEx. And USPS saw it as money because they're going bankrupt because I don't know, they're not doing something right. I don't understand how USPS is going broke. I guess because of Amazon, which is really weird. The USPS is going broke because of Amazon, and then Amazon turned around and paid them to ship stuff because they have a contract with FedEx. There's a lot of really confusing bureaucratic nonsense. But long story short, Amazon is shipping stuff through USPS. They give it to FedEx. FedEx flies it, gives it back to USPS, who then gives it back to Amazon delivery drivers for them to deliver it. And some of the other, and then USPS is delivering some of the Amazon stuff. I don't know if it's the same way it is now as it was early, mid of 2020. Amazon may have gotten some of their stuff together and gotten distribution centers going, but that's how it was early, middle of 2020 at FedEx. So, screw off Amazon. I hate you. I'm just kidding, Jeff. I love you. You're my baby. I love you, Bezos. I'm sorry, baby. Anyway,
I feel like Amazon will be more relevant as time passes than Tesla. I feel like Tesla will probably kind of fade when everybody else starts getting into the electric market.
I mean, I would argue that they're already more relevant. Because, I mean, what are you going to use more? You can only use Tesla services if you can afford a Tesla. You could buy a $5 gift, a $5 anything, a charge cable from Amazon and have it show up 2-3 days later.
I'm talking more like Teslas look kind of ugly for the most part, and their sales are going to drop when decent looking stuff starts coming out on the market.
Could be true.
I mean, maybe.
Possibly.
If by ugly, do you mean just the Cybertruck? Is that all you mean? Because their Roadsters are pretty.
I don't like the grills. The Roadster's different. I don't think they've come out with the new one yet either.
Not since last year, I don't think. But there's not a lot of competition right now. Some places are getting close, but Tesla is definitely driving the electronic vehicle market, and actually the space race. So big ups to Elon. Although now I'm concerned that he's spending too much time focusing on space and maybe not enough on what's happening. Although they just moved to Texas, so now's a good time to move to Texas.
Texas.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
got.
Well, back to the thing at hand. Fuzz. Topic for Ryan.
Oh yeah, that.
All right. So today you're an expert on ichthyology.
On what?
Ichthyology.
Ichthyology? Is that ICK? Or is that like ICH?
I will post it in the chat.
Oh, don't do that.
I say, please give us a in the
All right,
chat.
forgive me, people who actually watch the.
It's an ICHTHYOLOGY.
People are gonna see all my Discord channels. ICH. That's all you had to say. ICH. Ichthyology.
It's ichthy.
Ichthyology. Okay. I will put 5 minutes on the clock. All right, we're good.
So,
Mhm.
obviously, starting question: what is ichthyology?
It's actually the study of words and language.
Oh,
It was discovered, not discovered really, because I mean language has been around for thousands and thousands of years, but to actually like put it down in like a carved format, not like a written format, was a gentleman named Ictharius. I'm not sure how to pronounce it because I'm an expert on what it is, not necessarily on how to pronounce things.
Is it like old? What
Super
was it,
old.
like the Mediterranean.
It predates hieroglyphics a
what
little
was
bit. It's like the precursor.
Is it like the Fertile Crescent? Is it back from that when where civilization was first dawning?
Well, it's actually but the ideology, it's not the ideology, but the study of it itself is pretty new. I don't know if you were aware of the murals that were found in the Amazon recently, but that really boosted ichthyology's standings, and it's and really what it is, and some of the content and the context of what it is. A lot of pictures.
Does ichthyology have any or contribute towards any evidence of aliens?
Not yes and no, right? Like there are images and scrawlings, because it's not a language that we use anymore. It's a language that's what's the study of all languages, so it's not just that one. But yes and no, as much as there are scrawlings like hieroglyphics that depict creatures that we haven't seen before, or creatures that look somewhat, quote, alien to us. So yes, but no. It depends on interpretation, like a lot of things. Via written or carved language, not really. But from murals and pictures, yes. Depends on who you ask.
How do you get into ichthyology? Like, what was that your dream, was to study languages? Or
No,
like how...
absolutely not. You fail out of psychology.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like most other things in life.
Like most other things, you're like, I'm going to do this one thing. And you're like, oh, never mind. This was bad. I'm going to choose another path that might be easier. And then it was not easier. And I was like, well, I can't change again. So yeah, no, I was like, you know what? I can't do psych. So I'm going to study language, I guess. It wasn't an ichthyology major. It was more of a focus. So you end up with just a languages, like a generic languages major. But then I started to do. I haven't completed a master's yet, but I'm working on it on ichthyology, and then soon afterward the doctorate. But it's a relatively new field of understanding, so there's not that many experts right now. Any leaders really helming it? It's all me, baby.
So you are the worldwide expert on ichthyology. Gotcha.
At least on the northern hemisphere, yeah. That I know of. Japan and China usually catch up on these things, so we'll see in the next few years. But right now, it's me. You're welcome, I guess.
Well, appreciate it.
Yeah. You're welcome. Any other questions you have? We've got about a minute or so left.
Let's see. What was the coursework like to get into it? Like, where did you go to school for this? I've never even heard of this, and I feel like I'm pretty well educated on languages, but like I've never heard of the study of languages.
Oh well, I get it from university. I got it from my local state university. That's where I got it from.
So then, is this a made-up college thing? Is this a make you feel good degree?
Well, I mean, while the university I attended did have a kind of make your own major program. This was most assuredly not a make your own major program. And oh man, we're out of time. I'm not gonna have to answer that last question. Is it made up? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. All right, Fuzz. How bad was it?
I mean, it's an ology, so it's a study, so you got that part of it, right?
Okay, yeah, okay, I got that.
So, ichthyology is the branch of zoology, or zoology, depending on who you are, devoted to the study of fish.
Huh.
And
Makes sense.
Yeah.
it was really like people have observed fish since forever, but it was truly a field of study.
So I got that right.
More so in like the early first century, anywhere from the first century to the fourth century, is when it really became a true field of study. Currently, there are over 33,000 identified species of fish, with approximately 250 new species being discovered or described each year. So it's a rapidly expanding field still, and a large field. So not much else can be said about ichthyology because it's the study of fish. Now,
There's so many jokes I want to make right now.
I will say, just as an aside,
I like
since
places.
we're there, the study of languages is called linguistics.
Yes.
I didn't want to hit Ryan with that.
Yeah. I appreciate you not hitting me with it, because I was gonna have to be like, oh, it's a subcategory of linguistics. It's a specialization. You can specialize in hieroglyphics or in Mandarin. It's like, I don't know. I went into this one with confidence, and then you asked me the question, what is it? And my brain went just completely blank. Yeah. I had been drinking a lot. Not enough information. Does not compute. I got this this rye whiskey from Seth. Seth for Christmas. Bulliet 95 rye. It is really, really good. Sorry. So thank you for that, Fuzz.
Yeah, sure.
Blaze's thickology. Thesiology.
Thickology.
Thesiology.
Thickology.
Master of
Good old
thickology.
thickology.
There was a couple of your mom jokes in there. I was just dying to get out.
I'm a scientist of all things thick.
All things thick.
No, it's pronounced thicky. Thickyology.
Thickyology? All right.
Theology.
All right, we'll have to be experts on that next week. But yeah. Before we do anything else, I can either talk about... We could talk about aliens or we could talk about Christmas. What do you guys want to do?
Why? What?
Let's start with Christmas, I guess.
So some people might want to know how our Christmas was, Fuzz. And I might want to know how my friend's Christmas was, even though I probably asked them already.
Yeah.
Well, then how was your New Year, Fuzz?
It's definitely a new year, that's for sure.
It's been a hell of a year. It's
He
10.
doesn't care about your new year anymore.
It's like 8
All
days.
right,
I know.
next
It's like 8 days in, and the planet's already kind of on fire.
Yeah.
Is Australia still on fire? Is that a thing? We put that out, right? It's not
No,
on
it
fire
stopped.
anymore.
It stopped. It's over.
Okay.
It's no longer on fire. Good for them.
Wait, we started with World War III last year, and now there's talk of Civil War Part 2 this year, which I also don't think will happen, just like World War III didn't happen.
Hype, 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 hype.
Hype!
Yeah.
Let's get the AIs going so that we can go ahead and stop making decisions as people. Let's do it.
Aliens are coming. It's World War III. The Civil War is going to happen. We're all going to die. Oh,
Excellent segue, Blaze.
The Mayans.
Excellent segue. So I can't. I guess I could share these videos because they're public domain now, but it's going to be a pain in the butt to do it, so I probably won't. But you can go to defense.gov and find some of the articles and videos they have of UFOs that have been released pretty recently. And I watched the videos. I downloaded them and I watched the videos. And I mean, the first one that they show you looks kind of like a bird or a drone, but it's a little odd because it's also like over the ocean. And the second one is very clearly not a bird or a drone, and it moves very strangely. And I'm like, well, that kind of looks like a UFO or a flying saucer, but it looks a little too much like a flying saucer, right? Like it could be fake, but so that's a thing. But then like the Israeli Minister of Defense, what is his name? It's right here. Oh, I don't know how to say that. I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, like last year, the Israeli Minister of Defense talked about Galactic Federation and aliens, and then there was a Canadian Minister of Defense a few years earlier who talked to Paul Halier, who talked about the same thing. So what do you boys think? Aliens? Oh, and the reason that we haven't contacted the aliens is because they're waiting for a one world government to exist, and for us to stop killing each other before we can join the Galactic Federation.
Bro, that ain't gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
You're really starting to sound like Joe Rogan's interview of what's his face, the guy from InfoWars.
You're talking about Alex Jones?
Yeah.
I have not yelled that loud yet, nor am I a gorilla.
Oh, well.
Which you probably won't understand that reference, but Blaze might. I'm a
Wait,
gorilla.
no, it reminded me of something else.
Actually, I think he said that in the Joe Rogan interview. That was funny. No, I was just curious because I read about this before the Christmas break, and I wanted to talk about it. And then I said at the end of that video that we were going to talk about it, and this one. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the very real possibility of there being aliens. Not that there are, but it's still within reason possible.
I will give you it's possible.
Yes.
To think that we are the only sentient beings in such a massive universe is kind of borderline narcissistic.
Improbable. Statistically improbable. Considering we found other planets that would be habitable for intelligent life.
But why didn't it have intelligent life?
Including your
Next
mom.
question.
No, there's no. I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom. I don't know where you are. You're probably not listening to this, but
I hope she's not.
I just want the record to show. For the record,
That was Fuzz.
Fuzz opened the Your Mom jokes. So from now on, when the Your Mom jokes happen, it's because Fuzz brought this on the world.
Oh, I see.
Continue.
Yeah.
Put a link.
So
I'm not gonna watch this while we're recording, but I will afterwards.
the big thing going on now, not to get political, but the big thing happening in the country right now is a group of people stormed the Capitol this week, and
Oh, we're not gonna talk about aliens. I feel disappointed.
that is something. I don't know how much I want to talk about it,
Yeah.
but it is something we should probably mention.
It was a stupid, dumb thing. Stupid dumb.
Stupid. And now everyone's like, "Oh, all Republicans are stupid and dumb," and I'm like, "Well,
They thought that before.
They thought that before. Now they have evidence, and that's the most why it's stupid and dumb. But
and this is why I'm apolitical. I think both sides are stupid.
He's-
Yes,
he has both
whatever
parties.
happened there was stupid, But the riots and burning down Washington in
I am the
May and
Senate.
June was stupid too. At least they didn't burn down half of the Capitol this time.
I am the Senate.
So it was just quite interesting to me to
Even though this is
see
not the
how,
first, it's
how
not the first time this has happened.
yeah, it was quite interesting to see how quickly the political figures flipped from what they said back in June.
Yeah, they're all buddies up there.
Yeah, I mean
It
it's
wouldn't surprise me if it was all like a show and they're just kind of
Do you honestly think it's not? That's a real question.
I mean, not like the people
Oh, it's 100%
going
a
in,
show.
but like
Yeah.
just
Do
in
you
general. It's
do
a
you
show.
think there are people in Washington right now, honest question, that have your Blaze the Monk interest at heart?
Maybe like
And that's a no.
one person.
So
But,
one.
but,
So
but
one.
it's only a coincidence. It's only a coincidence. It's
Mm.
not like it was intentional.
Yeah. I just-
Although
Yeah.
it may kind of work out if like you get into stocks, but you got to be careful with that because like if you don't retire at the right time,
Stocks.
you're screwed. Yeah.
I wonder if memes are copyrighted. If I put a stonks meme right there for like a couple seconds, do you think our video would get flagged?
I don't think
Probably.
names are copyrighted.
I don't know. It depends on what happens to.
It can't be. It's got to be public domain, right?
Yeah.
Gotta
Okay.
be is a strong word.
I
We'll
hope
call
it
them
is.
stinks. We'll call them stinks.
Well, we'll find out if more sober me editing the video remembers to put the stonks meme in here and the video gets taken down. We'll know for sure.
Well, people like there's literal entire channels dedicated to stealing memes off the internet and putting it on YouTube for hundreds of thousands of views.
You mean compilation video
Oh.
people?
Yeah, yeah. They're literally like just
I'm-
finding memes on the internet.
I'm torn because on one hand I feel like it's like low-hanging fruit of ways to get views, but on the other hand, as someone who's edited like a few videos, holy hell, dude. I have a new respect for people who edit videos.
But still, they're taking other people's
Maybe my-
creative work.
Maybe my
like-
software is just ass, but it's like, dude, it's so much work to sit down and like comb through a video and get it just the right way that you want it, and then get your computer to cooperate, and then make sure that it uploads properly. It's a pain in the butt,
And then you got to put your merch ads in there.
I guess. What are you watching? Mojo videos?
Hmm.
Are you watching those anime compilation videos of like the most tsundere waifus in anime? Top 10.
I've watched a couple of those, but they're doing it in the memes now.
Yeah, and the people who just for reference, I'm gonna show my inner my inner weeb. If you put Asuna in your top 10 of tsunderes, I hate you. You're wrong. You're wrong. That's all I have to say. Come on, guys, you gotta help me out. There's a lot of silence. I gotta edit out.
Oh, you're gonna sit in this awkward silence of talking about your Sunday.
See, Ryan.
I'm gonna leave it
we're
in.
being
No,
quiet.
just for you. I'm gonna leave it in.
We're being quiet because you are the Senate.
You know what? I'm not the Senate though.
You think Ryan's over there going, Senator?
I am the Senate. Senator Neonov. Yes.
Editing is definitely difficult, and when I was trying to do YouTube at first, like I quit because I was like, it's just too much work. So, like you said, hats off to the editors for all these mega YouTubers.
Is there
Because-
software that makes it easier?
I think having better software makes it easier. So like if you have a template for your videos, so I'm not gonna say any names, but there are YouTubers I watch or have watched in the past who had very similar templates to their videos. And like the content was different, but the way that their videos were edited together was the same. So it's kind of like if you follow a template and just get the clips that you want, and then you stitch them together in the way that you're used to, it's not that bad. You could turn it around pretty quick, but then there's, depending on how heavily on how effects heavy it is, it could be much more difficult. I mean, if you're just stringing clips together, it's not hard. Like if you were to take the easiest thing to do is to take a live stream and then just upload that to YouTube. The second easiest thing is to take a live stream, chop out the parts you don't want, and then upload that to YouTube without any editing, really, outside of just chopping out the parts you don't want. After that, you have to add like effects, and then you have to add like color changes. It can get more difficult from there, but I don't know. I think it depends on how much time you have and how effects heavy the videos are. Like if you're just adding text, it's probably not that bad. But if you're
Does a very powerful computer make it faster?
yes, I'm not. I'm not gonna say for sure yes, but I know having a slow computer makes it worse. So
Ryan says, I got that on point. I know.
yeah, I know. Having a slow computer makes it kind of a pain in the butt. We don't have anywhere to send money or anything. You just like the video, or
Watch
the
video.
podcast. Yeah, just leave a comment. Post a
You
like.
don't even have to watch the video. It's kind of long, but just like at least like the video.
Yeah, like it, or leave a comment so that it shows up or something. I don't know how this works on iTunes or Spotify, but like
we're desperate. We
I-
need the views and the likes.
The views, bring them to us.
I mean, I would like if
Basic.
people watched it for sure, but
It's basically what everybody says at the end of the video. So I don't know.
yeah, well, I mean, that's the only way you're going to get seen. Right now, the YouTube algorithm only works if you get. Oh, it's ridiculous. If you get comments, it's not even the likes. If you have comments and you have people ring the notification bell, I think then you get put in the algorithm. I don't know if you have to also get likes, so if it's a combination of all three. But to get in the algorithm, I know you need comments and you need a notification bell on, for sure. So if you just leave a comment saying literally anything, I don't care if the comment actually only says the word anything, or you leave us a topic maybe you want one of us to be an expert on, that would be cool. Because sometimes finding topics is a pain in the butt. But,
that would be interesting if they leave a comment and
I usually put that in the description, but nobody reads descriptions, so
put it in the I don't know in the comment. Just slap a comment down there.